All right. So thanks you, Marco. The next question, Ashish, I guess. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. That's a metric question, Ashish, and I know this. I think the first time you posted a question for us, so I'm not going to slam you too hard, I promise. But something that we don't care about here at Semantic Mastery is metrics. I could care less what Moz metrics say about a domain or a web page. I could care less what Majestic SEO says or what Ahref says, because we stopped tracking metrics over 2 years ago, and I haven't had any problems whatsoever. I don't give a shit what the metrics are from my competitors compared to the metrics of the assets that I work on or my clients' assets, because we can still get results regardless of what those metrics say, period. And we've proven that over and over again. So again, I'm not picking on you. This is probably the first time you've asked a question here, but just this is really not the forum. A Semantic Mastery is not the place to ask questions about metrics and why your higher metric property isn't outranking somebody with lower metrics. Probably because they're doing stuff that really speaks directly or feeds feeds Google exactly what it wants. And that's independent, separate and apart from metrics. Metrics are proprietary. So Moz has its own algorithm that it tries to determine the strength of domains and pages and things like that based upon what it thinks Google wants. And Ahref has its own, and Majestic has its own. And everybody has their own metrics, and they're all proprietary. None of them work for Google. So what I'm saying is, since Google doesn't give us PageRank metrics anymore, which was the most accurate, then why bother with third-party metrics? And I know some people out here live and die by third-party metrics. That's fine. If it's working for you, that's great. But in your case, Ashish, you're saying that your metrics are higher, but it's not ranking. So apparently it's not just a metric thing that determines whether you rank or not, right? You're saying that you have living proof right now that that's not just a metric thing, which is why we don't care about third-party metrics anymore. I don't even track them. I don't care. Does that make sense? Now, I know Marco has a strong opinion about this too.
Yeah, absolutely, because everything we do is meant to trigger the good parts, let's call it, of the Google algorithm, right? Freshness and proximity and just everything that Google is looking for. They're looking, as I said, for the ranking score. They're looking. It's not just PageRank. PageRank is part, and I've been saying this for a couple of years now. PageRank is part of the ranking score algorithm, and so that's what we're building up. As long as we're working towards that, we could care less what Moz is doing or Majestic or anything else. It's a guide, but theirs is a guess. Theirs is they got a whole bunch of people together, and they got the math that Google gives you because they don't give you everything, and they made an educated guess, right? Some went for domain authority, some went for trust. Well, neither one has everything that Google has. The only one that has what Google has is Google, and then not giving up the ghost. And so all we can do is what's the Semantic Mastery way, which is we test, we see what moves the needle, and then we do some more of it, and then we do some more of it to the point where we try to just hammer it and try to break it and try to get Google to push back so that we know when we come to you guys, we can tell you these are the safe boundaries as far as what you can do.
Yeah, what the threshold is. Yeah.
Absolutely. We need to know. We need to know what doesn't work so that we can give people what does work. Right? I mean, that's just obvious. That's what everybody should be doing. And if they're not, then Ashish, avoid them. Go somewhere else.
That's it. Thank you, Marco.